Good morning, everybody. The guys are here doing the lawn. You can hear them, but you can't see them. It's a beautiful fall day. Just catching up on some vlogs. And I totally forgot it's Vlogtober. Halfway through. But there you go. I'm just getting myself sorted out. Let's get this day going. It's about... well, it's not about. It is 10:04. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It is now, what is it, Sue? It is 5 to 11. I'm going to go downstairs to the office. There's only one call at the moment, unless another one came in when I left. I'm in grey again. Haha, 3 days of grey. I'm a bit lost for words. I was just about to say something and my mind's just gone completely blank. I'm going to go get some work done anyway. I'll take you down there with me. Ash is just making some eggs on toast. She asked if I wanted any, but today I don't. I think I just want a plain old English sandwich. English sandwich. What would that entail, guys? I just want a plain old bacon sandwich with some lovely ketchup and a cup of tea, I think. We hit a few bumps in the road again yesterday. Poor Pete. It just all stems down from the weekend and people not respecting your time and thinking that if they say jump, you're going to say how high. But no, if you just don't show up for something and then you automatically want it rescheduled to a date, it's a domino. I've said this before, it's a big domino effect with Pete and I. One thing changes about 3 things for us. I mean, they're there doing football every weekend. They have their times. But we have other things that we schedule, us going to the football league and the senior portraits and all that stuff. It's all around other things. So, you know, we don't sit around here 24/7. We don't just have you as an account. We don't just have you. We don't just have you. We have like 10 moving parts that, you know, things have to be rescheduled. We're trying to schedule now this ice hockey league when we can go do that and then finish up the fall sports. Pete and I are at the school tomorrow doing senior portraits, and then we have our yearbook meeting. We have the 2 people from the yearbook coming in to explain to our kids a little bit about how everything works, which will be interesting. Okay, I did have that bacon sandwich a few hours ago, but it was good. It's now 2 o'clock. I've just returned some more calls and just, can we all send some positive vibes for my brother-in-law? Pat is having a knee replacement surgery. My sister-in-law just sent us all a text and a picture of him. He's all prepped and ready to go. So I just got like the collywobbles in my stomach. I remember Pete having his knee replacement done, and you know, and my mum going through it, and my mum telling me about her experience, and then my mother-in-law telling me her experience. It's not an easy surgery, and just any kind of surgery, but knee replacement, because Pete was so, I think it was Pete's knee replacement surgery that he's starting to wake up during his surgery. And Pete tells me, oh my God, it just makes me sick, but I'm going to share it. I never told Pat this. I'm sure Pete did years and years ago. But Pat's a jokester, so Pat's like me. Like, when you handle something, when something like bad or upsetting is happening, you kind of make jokes about it. That's the way I cope. So I know he knows this story already, and I would never say anything right before he's going in. But I remember Pete telling me he started to come around during surgery, and he heard the saw, when they were sawing his bone. And his mum was over the other day when she brought over those orders, and she was telling me about it. She goes, you know, Pat's going in. I'm like, yeah, Wednesday. And she says, oh, I don't know if he knows what he's in for. She goes, there's no pain like it. And because I have back problems and back pain, my back hurts in sympathy. It's weird. My back always hurts, but like, I just remember what I went through and how I felt with that. And to know what they're going through, having like metal and stuff put in their knee, and I just wish him all the best. He reckons he'll be home tomorrow. Pete was in for a few days, because I remember going to see him. He had his knee surgery done in the city, so his dad and I used to drive in and out every night to go see him. And I remember when he, obviously we were there when he had surgery. For everyone in England, over here, when somebody in your family is having surgery, you can stay at the hospital and wait. I don't know if that's the case in England. I know it's not the case in all hospitals, because when Mum was having her surgery, she was kind of dropped off. But yeah, when I've had mine, Mum was here, Ash and Pete stayed in the waiting room until I was put into my room. And that was a 7.5-hour surgery, so they were there a long time. And then Pete, I remember going to see him, going into recovery after he'd had his knee done. And they already had him on one of these machines that was doing this to his knee. And I just was like, oh God, that hurts. Poor Pat's been suffering so much that when it gets to a point where you're having something this drastic done, you've been in pain for a long time. I mean, he's out of work now until, I think he said 4 months. When we went over for Paige's birthday, it was starting that Monday, so the middle of September. I think he said 3 or 4 months he was going to be out. He's an electrician, and he was sent out on furlough first. And then now he's having the surgery on top, so he's going to be out longer. But yeah, so probably won't go up to see him tonight. Pete just responded to the text. This is how everyone copes. We all do a group text. Pete says, time to join the club. Once he's out, I can show him the secret handshake. Good luck, Pat. Let us know how he is later. Anyway, I get so teary. What is so stupid? I just hate anyone having to have drastic surgery. I hate anyone being in hospital. I was a mess when Mum was in hospital. And I hate anyone having to have any kind of surgery. But yeah, Pat reckons he'll be coming home tomorrow. So I don't know if it's different. Now, Pete did have his done when Pete was in his 30s. And a lot of doctors around here didn't want to do it because Pete was only in his 30s. And they only last a certain amount of time. And then you have to go in and have them redone or parts replaced. I mean, you know. And when Pete and Ashley got into that accident when Ashley was little, Pete had had his surgery the year before, I think. And when they got into that accident, he messed up his knee again and had to go in and have the knee cap replaced again because it broke when he got in the accident, even though he told the paramedics he was fine. And we came home, and then later on Pete's like, I'm not feeling so good. That was because he was running on adrenaline, and we went in. But anyway, I just wish Pat all the best, and we'll let you know when he's out. Positive vibes, positive vibes. Such a pretty night. Hey everybody, it is 22 or quarter to or 10 to 11, something like that. Pete and Ash just got home. Well, Pete got home and then Ash got home like 10 minutes later, so she's showering and he's eating his dinner. He's having meatball wedge, which I got yesterday for him. Whew. Just literally ran up the stairs this time because I left my show on The Voice. I didn't want to miss any. So I'm going to love and leave you for today. Just want to say good night. I hope everyone had a brilliant Wednesday. Whatever you guys did today, I hope it was a good one, and we will definitely see you tomorrow. Good night.